And we're back. The party has just fully murdered a goblin. Like, just he's so dead. He's lying on the ground with organs in mains just like flowing away, and I believe he's been spearheaded.
Yep. Yeah.
Around you, the song of the nightingale continues to chirp through the woods. And a cricket has decided that obviously it's time for a competition. So.
By a cricket,
it's like well into dusk at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna try to carefully call over Air and Forland, and sort of be like, come down, let's all come a little bit away, and sort of maybe the group of us plus the body of this fallen goblin can move back a little into the undergrowth away from the bridge so that we can have a discussion. Because I do remember that Fallen said something about talking to dead people, and I've seen Fallen do a thing. So I'm just kind of assuming that they might have something they want to do.
The nightingale 100% hops down and sits on top of the body as you drag it along.
I try to brush it off. She'd be like, no, stay there. No, stay.
It disappears in a puff of smoke.
Great, that'll do.
Okay, I'll clamber down from the tree, going head first, sticky feet.
Nice.
I know that's technically geckos and maybe not salamanders, but I don't care.
Look, you're the one who defines what a salamander is, so you do you.
So I think I say to Fallen once we're a little bit away, I say, we killed this. Is there something you wanted to do? Talking or something? Because I could do a different thing, but and
don't you have to do it as it dies then?
Yeah, as in I could have done it when it died. And she leans down to the body and whispers, I'm sorry, you're just not very interesting. No offense.
Fallen will pat whatever's left of the skull and be like, I think you had very much potential to be interesting. And then look at Bao and be like, everything could be interesting.
Its head lolls to the side.
I'm scolding Bao. I don't care about.
Yeah.
I mean,
she nods thoughtfully, and she's like, "You're right. Everything can be very interesting. I just don't think this one is very magical. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm undering them."
Are you saying that you have to be magical? Pardon?
No, it's fine. Sorry?
Are you saying that things have to be magical to be interesting?
Well, I thought so, but maybe not.
That aren't magical.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm not sure why I thought that. Thanks for pointing that out. But if you want to do a talking thing, that's fine, because I would have had to do my thing earlier.
You could probably have done it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to stop.
I don't think it would be able to talk to you, right? If I did that, so.
There's the corpse. Unless you're doing things with the corpse, I don't.
She shrugs and she's like, but then what would be doing the talking? Oh.
Poland is just shrug. I don't know.
And then she's like, we should try it sometime and find out. But not this time. You do your thing. You do your magic thing.
Okay. And Poland will kind of stand over the head and do their magic thing of speak with the dead. Yay! And roll well.
You roll well. Cool. Yeah, you can ask 3 questions of this corpse.
Okay.
Remember how I was saying that like Heather would ask questions of a thing even if she didn't know why she was asking them?
I do remember that.
Maybe. Who are you?
Give me a second. Gimmond, goblin.
How many other goblins are there down there?
Many.
How do you make the dog your friend?
Food and hitting.
I think that's my 3 questions.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I feel
Doggo.
increasingly less bad about murdering this goblin.
Yeah.
I
Okay. We
concur.
can put on the map.
I vote we just
Goblin
free the doggo
pass.
and then
I
leave.
think we should free the doggo, but we might need to do hunting to get some food to lure the doggo. And then,
Yeah, we need something Doggo will like.
yes.
Yep.
That has to be food as good as the food they're offering. So, although we won't be doing hitting, so
Yeah. Judging by
That
the
might be
hitting,
an
maybe the
advantage
food
for us.
isn't very good.
Yeah, whereas if we just give it like, I mean, I don't know what goblins eat, but theoretically they're probably not giving the best bit.
I would say
dog.
anything is probably about right.
Can-
They would eat anything.
Can we forage? Can we forage around the place?
Try
Yeah,
to do
or a hunt. We
hunting.
Oh well, it's time to camp, isn't it? It's definitely because it's dark
It's
now.
definitely getting dark, yeah.
So
We
I
should
say
probably-
we camp
although-
and set a trap overnight
For the
to catch something, to catch meat.
okay, but also if this goblin was on like sentry duty, then they might notice that this goblin is gone.
True, but we
And so the next time we come back to get the doggo,
there might be another one.
there might be another goblin which might
I
raise.
mean, that's true, but we don't have anything to deal with the problem right now.
I mean, we could try to wake the dog and get it to pursue us and then go up a tree far away from this place and camp in the tree and try to forage in a tree.
I don't think my suspicion is if it's a guard dog that if we try to just get its attention by making it chase us, that it'll just like bark a whole lot and they'll come out. Whereas if we had something to lure it, it might not make noise.
True. Okay.
Am I able to cast a spell to put it to sleep or put it into a really super relaxed state so it doesn't alert any other goblins? Just overnight while we camp and find it some food.
I mean, that sounds like a thing that you could probably do magic, yeah.
That seems good, because then maybe the goblins would just assume
The
that the
thing's-
dog and the sentry are fine.
The limitations on your spell are that you can't do anything that is like opposed to your to your spell focus, and you can't do anything that that would deal direct damage. But that doesn't sound like either of those is.
Yeah, so I can cast a spell when I weave a spell to help solve a problem. So the problem is that the dog could alert the rest of the goblins, which poses a danger to us. So that's a
Yeah.
problem.
Definitely.
We can't. We just need to buy the time, but not harm the dog.
Yeah.
Because we want to help the dog, but just
Yeah.
tomorrow though. Yes. So
Do you do that now while it's over while it's on the bridge? Is that what you're doing? Or are
well,
you...
I'm still up a tree just at the moment. So am I closer to the dog now?
the others? Yeah.
Up a tree
Uh-huh.
hiding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So can I cast a spell that will be effective from my current position?
Yeah, definitely. What do you? So you want it to stay asleep?
Yeah,
Feel the
I just
money.
wanted to have a nice big rest.
Okay, sure, sounds good. Let's do your casting a spell move.
All right. So roll intelligence or roll int.
What are the traits of your spell focus?
So my spell roll at a cost 7 to 9.
Yep. So yeah, I just want to know because your spell focus. I wanna see what the traits are for that one.
Oh, I see.
Focus the tower. Aligned, shield from harm, give strength to the weak, iron and steel. So shield from harm, which means that you're getting a +1 to that, which brings it up to an 8, which is still 7 to 9. But yeah. In future, you can actually click on the name of the move. Like if you click on cast a spell, it'll actually roll it and display all the information.
Aha.
Yeah. So 7 to 9 spell takes effect, but you choose 2. Your spell won't last long. You need to hurry to take advantage of it. Your spell affects either much more or much less than you wanted it to. Your spell has unforeseen side effects. It might draw unwanted attention, or your casting saps your energy. You take -1 ongoing until you have a few minutes to clear your head.
I mean, that last one makes
Okay.
it literally about to camp.
That's right. That's right. So we're about to go to sleep. So I'll take the -1. And can I also select that we'll need to hurry to take advantage of it? Maybe we need to wake up a bit early tomorrow and
I mean, I feel like that's the one that's going to be the most detrimental to your effect, because you're not going to know how long
you reckon?
it's going to last with that one,
That's
right? Like
true.
you know that it's not going to last as long as you wanted. You don't know how long it is going to last. So that's probably the one that's going to be the most troublesome based on the way that you've described it. But if if the others are too problematic for you, then maybe that's the one you want to choose.
I'm just thinking a spell effects either much more or much less than you want it to.
I mean, with that one, it's unlikely that it will affect less than the dog, because that would just be an outright failure. And this isn't a failure. So it's
That's
more
true.
likely that it would affect
So
more,
maybe it puts all the goblins to sleep.
which, would actually be fine in this case.
It may also accidentally put us to sleep, which might mean we can't do all of our camp moves, but that's not as bad a thing as.
I'm going to choose that one. Your spell affects either much more or much less than you want it to, and I will take -1 ongoing.
Cool. All right. And you said you were in a tree when you cast this and then fall asleep?
Yes.
Okay, so damage for falling out of a tree might break some bones, a d8. You take a d8 of damage as you put yourself and the doggo to sleep, then fall straight out of a tree onto the ground.
I love it. I love it. So I put that in my hit points.
So roll a d8 in the
Can I try to catch them?
Yes, you can try and do so. So that would be.
I mean, unfortunately, I would narratively.
Oh no, you're way too far away.
We're
Yeah,
far
you
away
specifically
and
moved.
talking to the
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
while
Yeah,
this is
no, that's not happening. Yeah.
Sorry, as much as I would love to be able to catch her.
Someone save me while I'm falling.
That's right, we've got herbs and poultices, then you won't die from falling out of a tree. So
All right, so roll 1d8.
Mhm.
There's a 4.
So yeah, take 4 off of your current hit points. You don't have
12.
any armor, so you're down to 12. Yeah. It's not the end of the world. It just
I
it just
imagine
fucking
we
hurts.
hear this little thump and we can go and
Yep, and then you hear like the thump and like a bit of a crunch and like a.
yeah. Alright, we'll go and collect her and then make camp.
So at least you know that if you hurt the doggo while it's asleep in this spell, it's not going to wake up natural from that, because she just got hurt and didn't wake up. So.
All right. Well, yes. Considering the real world time, we better get a move on with our camp if we want to be able to.
Yep. Who's leading camp action?
Not me.
I'm happy to do that. Is it? It's a wisdom-based thing, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's like exploring, because it's actually a group thing. It just needs someone to roll it.
Cool. I'm happy to do that.
Given that one of our party is very asleep, does that mean that we can't fulfill the if everyone has a ration, take +1?
I mean, if that person eats a ration when they wake up, then I'll count it.
Okay.
So as long as you mark a ration off, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Have a hearty breakfast instead of a proper dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
Well, I'm happy to
Just a
have.
side note, we are not going to have any idea why she's asleep or what her plan is. Just to clarify. So we'll have to wait until she wakes up and goes, "No, friends with dog," or something. I mean, I guess we know that the plan is to make friends with the dog in the morning, but I mean, I haven't met this person before, so I assume that at a certain time of night, she just falls straight asleep.
That's just how she do.
That's just how she is, yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm following with that. Yep, that seems logical.
Regardless of whether I'm climbing trees or whatever.
Yep, once it hits, 9 p.m., gone.
Sundown,
Sleep.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, relatable.
Look, I'm jealous.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and make air as comfortable as possible, and kind of try and put some soft stuff underneath her while she's snoring.
All right. So is everyone marking off one use of a ration?
I'm happy to.
Cool.
So what does that? Does that mean I don't have a negative?
It means you get +1 on your 2d6.
Oh, I get +1. Cool. Okay. Great. 8.
Awesome. On a 7 to 9, each player chooses one. Tend your wounds, regain up to half your max HP. Share a story, secret, or moment with another character. They mark XP. Listen to another sharing a secret story or moment with you. They mark XP. Consume an appropriate resource, medicine, booze, bandages, and remove a debility. Rest soundly and take +1 forward. Or scavenge and gain 1d4 rations.
Well, it sounds like at least one of us wants to scavenge to get food to make friends with the dog. What kind of action is do we have to roll? Do we roll for that, or do we just
for scavenging? You would roll a 1d4 to find out how much rations worth of hunting you do.
Okay, but we don't have to roll to hunt.
Nope.
Great. Well, that's good.
Cool.
Yeah, the point is that you've specified that you're specifically finding meat. But it's not going to be great meat, but it's going to be edible. So it's going to be meat that you would eat.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be fresh, so that's good. Well, I'm happy to use my action for that, and other people can do other stuff if you want. So, I will roll a d4.
Cool.
1.
You got 1.
Oh, we only need 1.
Yep. Good job. What's everyone else up to?
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'm comfy.
Yeah. So you're resting soundly to take +1 forward for the next thing when you wake up.
Yes.
Yep. Cool. Great. So what that means is that whatever the first thing that you roll is after the camp, you get a +1 on that because you're all rested and fresh. So cool.
Okay. So I just click the little +1 forward.
That's the one. What are Sketch and I almost called you Stretch. Sketch.
This is getting worse and worse. You need to get a handle on this.
Sketch and Poland. What are you up to?
I'm waiting for Val to come back from scavenging. And when she comes back, I'm looking away from her, and then when I look at her, I'm gonna look like her and see what she does.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, when you do that, like she like her eyes go wide and she laughs, and she says, "My hair is you," and then she like puts her hands up to her face and puts on your face.
That's awesome. It sounds like you two are sharing.
That's weird. I've never seen anyone else do it back before.
Mm. It sounds like you're sharing a moment with Bao.
Yeah.
Cool. So Bao marks an XP then.
Awesome, thank you. That's so good. Yeah, I think this goes on. It becomes a whole thing. At least on Bao's end, where Bao is like trying, practicing, trying to do the best possible impression of Sketch. Saying things that you said in your voice and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we do that thing. Maybe even kind of like a friendly competition of who can be the other person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the idea that at some point someone becomes a better version of the other person than they are normally, and it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Gosh.
Fallen.
So weird.
Yeah.
In-
weird shit is happening over there. What are you doing?
Very weird shit. Do we have a fire at this camp, or is this a fireless camp?
Up to you.
I think we would have a fire because we went a little way off. Like we would go off out of sort of visible or smellable range of the goblin hole.
In that case, I don't know if this would count as being my camp move, but can I try doing Lore of Flame?
What does that do?
It lets me look into a source of fire, looking for answers.
I mean, yeah,
and
but you
hit
rolled a
the GM.
5, so...
Yeah, I know. I do. Get any
Yeah.
Dang.
Or, you tell me what happens.
But I think it's separate to the action.
Yeah, that's separate to your camp action. Your camp
We
action
can
is
still
its
do a
own thing.
camp action.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, do I take XP for that?
Yep. I think that you are watching the flame when like an ember jumps out onto air, and you're like, oh shit, and air only takes 1 hit point of damage from being on fire for a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're muted, Jane.
Sorry, Jane, you're muted. We can't hear you.
That's okay. I get slightly flustered, but then I go straight back to sleep again. All fine.
All right, so yeah,
I'm
just mark
fast
off
asleep,
one more hit point, because I'm not gonna like hit you hard for that. But yeah, it's just like a little bit of poor fire safety on the part of people being like, sleeping person will want to be warm, put next to fire. Why do I feel like Bao did that?
Yeah, because I don't really understand how people work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Fallen, did you want to use one of the camp action options?
I think I'll... Wow, there's so many things that I want to do. I'll try foraging, seeing if I can
Cool. Yep.
my
So
rations.
roll a d4.
Oh, you don't want to tell someone a story? Or listen to someone
Don't
tell
say
us?
that. Everyone else has already used up their camp actions. I can't listen to anyone tell
No,
us.
you can still listen to a story.
Yeah, it just won't be told very well.
I don't know. Are there stories going around?
Always. I don't have one in mind, but it's okay.
I can tell some ridiculous story about how good Sean is, if you like. And
I
how
love
it's,
stories like that.
Made everything fall into place for my family, and now we're amazing, as you can see.
Or you can just,
And
get rations, I suppose.
I actually would like to listen to a story, because like
Yay!
I've not done that one before, and I'm like, I want to do some of the moves that I haven't done before. So
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Sketchy, you telling a story about your family history?
Yeah, I'm telling a really wrong version of Bluey and Katie's story, in which like Katie became some kind of amazing angel or something, and that's how my family got to be awesome.
Quick question. Do you, while I'm listening, do we have eye contact?
Yeah.
Do it.
In that case, I would like to gaze intensely into your eyes and ask you, Sarah, what fuels the flame of your character's desire?
Oh, that's actually a really hard question for Sketch.
The fucking emulator playbook is so silly.
It's great. It's great.
It's so much fun to like just be like,
Okay,
yeah,
actually,
let's just
explicitly says even if the character does not know or would otherwise keep this hidden, so I have to come up with something even if Sketch doesn't know. That's interesting. Okay.
I love the way that Dungeon World teaches you to does a good job of reinforcing that thing of like your character is a thing you use to tell a story rather than you know, like because like
it doesn't use you to tell a story.
yes that's a really good way of just talking about it.
Oh, did the goblin body have any loot on it?
Oh, I don't remember anyone saying that they searched the body for loot.
I mean, we have
We
it.
still got it.
It's like right there.
Yeah, is that something someone does?
Yes, I would like to see if it's got anything interesting or useful so I can prove to Bao that they're interesting.
I love the idea that this is happening while you're waiting for this like deep truth about Sketch to be revealed. It's like you're staring into Sketch's eyes.
Sketch
Also just like,
whoa, and goes blank for a minute, and then the other things happen.
And they're just like, go on, yes, continue.
please,
Don't mind me.
more.
I am going to say the search for identity. I don't think Sketch has a real sense of background or who they are. Even though they boast a lot about their family and stuff, they don't really know properly.
Interesting.
Very interesting answer.
They don't know what that has to do with them. I guess.
And because and so Fallen, because you are listening intently, then you grant an XP to fetch. Oh, fucking hell.
Fetch! The relationship gains an XP!
Yay!
I'm so sorry. It's because I've got it wrong enough times now that it's in my head.
It's because you hit them.
It's because I shipped them. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, you take an XP, Sketch.
Thank you.
I did just go through like several options in my head before I got to the right one just then. Good job, Ash. Cool. Also, the goblin...
putting goblin colony place on map.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
The goblin is carrying a worn idol, which is worth 70 coins.
Ooh.
This is very valuable.
Wow.
I will absolutely pocket that.
Wow. Why? There you go. Rich goblin.
Look, the dungeon mod rules for treasure don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I love that.
So what weight is it? Just one?
0 weight, apparently.
0 weight.
Yeah, it's only small. It is a small small valuable item.
Mm.
And it's an idol?
Yeah, it's a little
What does it look like?
I think I can find an image of the kind of thing that this looks like. Give me a second.
Damn it, I nearly wrote fetch in my notes. Can't even even get my own name right now.
That's what we're going to call the dog. Sketch and fetch.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I mean, theoretically, if this works, we can have it be like a guard dog for the town, because we can theoretically feed it if we get the farms working.
That's true.
Um,
Also, it could like do work on the farms. It could be a sheepdog or whatever, or like help carry stuff.
copy image location. There we go. I'll put a. No, I don't want to send that as Folland. There you go. Yeah, it's something like that. Probably about like 6 inches tall.
This suit. Oh my god! Sorry, a previous character in another game I played in found an idol that's very similar to this as well, and I'm just like, my mind is exploding.
Alright.
Orland will absolutely just tuck that away in their dungarees.
Alright. Cool. Well then, after all of that, I think the sun arises. I think it's kind of grey the next morning, although you would have a hard time telling in the like shadowy shadowy overgrowth.
But it's all right because we have an alarm clock in the form of air.
An alarm clock?
Waking up. An alarm clock.
That's right.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the concern. You okay, Emily? Yeah. I mean, I think you hear at the same time. Aaron, what do you say as you wake up?
Is he okay? Where is he? Hang on, where am I? Where's Doggo?
I like wake up, like as you wake up and say all of that. You say, oh, you wake up the same as you go to sleep. Wow. The dog's on the bridge. Why?
Okay, because we want to help Doggo. He's been mistreated, and we can help him. And so I put him to sleep.
I like hold
We
up.
put him to sleep to protect him overnight.
Oh, cool.
So you found meat. That's great. Let's go and give him the meat.
All right.
All right. So you head back to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
There is another goblin standing very astute guard now with a spear. And someone has put a blanket over the dog.
With the sack that was on top of the goblin before?
Yes.
Okay, we need to draw this goblin away. I mean, it worked last time. Maybe we can pull the same trick, except without the bird. But maybe we can just draw this goblin away. What do we think? Or unless this is another spell type situation, we could cast a spell on the goblin.
I mean, like you have a mage, right? Like.
Yeah, I think I say to Air, I'm like, can you cast a spell to make the goblin want to go inside for a while? Is that a kind of spell? You know,
Can
like
I have to find a bush?
Spell.
Can I create some really unusual noises that are going on inside the tunnels and caves system? Something a little bit weird that the goblin needs to go and check out because he's on watch, right? So he needs to go and check this out. So it's a real racket.
Let me double check because I just want to make. I want to look at your opposed. What's opposed to the tower? Because I'm not sure. I don't think this is opposed, but I just want to double check. Loading up.
Fleeing or escaping, and using magic for your own gain.
Yeah, that was the concern, was like whether this is fleeing or escaping, but I don't think it is. So I think you can 100% do that. You can definitely create a distraction.
So we want to create some racket deep inside those tunnels, and so I will cast a spell.
Go for it. Nicely done. You only have to choose one downside.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is okay. I think I'm going to choose my spell won't last long.
Right,
But that's okay. All we need to do is just unhook Doggo and give him some meat and get out of there.
Yeah, and so you're just making it whatever he'll find most like engaging and need to investigate, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. In which case you hear someone from inside the caves go, "Oh-ho! Oh-ho!" And then like bongo drums start playing, and he turns around and goes, and you see him go, and like he get really excited and starts running straight towards the hole. He makes his way in as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is most likely to be able to make friends with a dog?
I would put forwards Air, because I'm guessing this would be a parlay, which is a charisma roll, and they have a plus. Oh no, did they already use?
They used their +1 just now. Yeah.
That's true, but also like Air has aligned one of the aligned things for Air's spell focus is give strength to the weak, which I think is completely relevant here. So yeah, I support that. I think I'm gonna like just hand you the like rat or whatever bit of meat that I've prepared and say, good luck making friends with the doggo.
Yeah. So I stride slowly but comfortably, directly looking at Doggo. Oh no, there's a big gap. So how do I breach that gap?
Dog can jump it. I was assuming the dog was.
Am I able to jump it? I'm actually very fit.
It's not a great idea because there's a bunch of sharp sticks that will impale you upon landing.
It's safer to jump off the bridge than it is to jump on it.
Do you need to make contact with it, or do you just need to be like, "Hey, puppy doggy, look at what I've got. Who's a good boy?"
Exactly. That's what I'll do. And look at it. Hold up the offering of the freshly killed rat. So
sounds like you're rolling parlay.
Parlay?
Yep.
Where do I find that?
That's charisma. So yeah.
Okay.
You're
That's an 11.
unstoppable. Wow. What is it that you want the dog to do? You want the dog to come and like hang out with you and accept?
I want the dog to come to me and get the meat and come with me, and I won't, because the dog's used to hitting, so I won't hit. I'll show it love and I'll pat it and give it the meat.
I mean, it jumps off the thing and like comes in it and like just completely like in one gulp, because it comes up to like your chest. It like in a single gulp just consumes the like beetle rat or whatever it was that you'd found, and then like looks at you and like comes up to you, and I think you like stand your ground as it like comes up and just like puts its mouth around you and like and like just like doesn't bite, just like kind of mouths on your arm for a bit. And then like and then goes and like and then like sniffs you and goes and like pees on a tree or something.
Yeah, it's just saying thank you with a big friendly mouthy kiss.
Yep.
That's lovely. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So
I've got to look up a rule for this.
Yeah. Will dog go with Air instead of with Goblin?
Hold up, I'll find out.
I feel attached to this dog now.
Maybe if we just like throw a stick enough times, like just throw a stick all the way back to the
All the way
village.
a little
back.
bit further each time. Yeah. I've already got the book open. Dingus. H. 36. Come on. Okay, cool, great. They have a skills cost loyalty. How do I calculate loyalty? Sorry, I've never had to use these rules before. Okay, so can you roll me a D6, please? Oh no, sorry, D4. Cool. Okay, cool, great. So I think you'll list Doggo as a weight 0 because he carries himself thing in your
Gear.
gear. That's the word I wanted. Loyalty of 4. So yeah, mark that he has a loyalty of 4 and 2 skills. Does it say what they are specifically? Oh, okay, here we go. Tracker and protector. Yeah. So 1 point. So it has loyalty 4, tracker 1, protector 1. This is the first time we've had a hireling, and they're a dog.
I love it.
Yay!
I'm very
I love
My
it.
dog friend. Good job.
So yeah, also mark that the dog is a hireling, because otherwise I'll forget and be like, what is that again?
How do you spell that?
Hireling, Hireling.
Hireling. Shall we name him?
Yeah, I mean, y'all can call him what you like.
I don't know that we should actually call the dog Fetch, but I kind of want to.
At least then, whenever someone calls me Fetch, I can be like, "Oh,
You
the
mean
dog."
Yeah, exactly.
The dog.
Well, I mean, he is a tracker.
That is true.
Yeah, let's call him Fetch.
Cool. Sounds
Love
good.
it.
All right. Well then, I think that we're at the end of our session. We're a little bit over, so let's do that.
Sounds good.
When you reach the end of a session, you return to town more or less safely. Regain any lost hit points or spells. Then look at your alignment. If you fulfilled that alignment at least once this session, mark XP. Did anyone fulfill their alignment this session?
Mm-hmm.
What was yours?
Did I? Did I?
What's yours?
My use magic to directly aid another. Did I do that? No, I don't think I did that.
I think you would basically, whenever you were using magic, you were taking the forefront. So I don't think you did that one. So that's all right.
No.
No. She used magic to free the dog from slavery.
It's true.
Yeah, all right.
Say another player character.
No, I'm just wondering if that's yeah. Okay, I suppose that's aiding. Yeah, cool.
There was no other reason.
I mean, yeah, that
for
makes
games.
sense. And yeah, yep, no, that's true. All right, so mark XP for that one, Jean. You did the good thing.
I did the good thing.
Mhm.
So 1.
1 XP for that one. Yep.
Okay.
I've liked to think I've worked towards my alignment of spur others to new realizations concerning their place in the world with trying to convince Bao that non-magical things are interesting too. But that's I don't think that probably counts
You
as a
also
full XP. It's just like it's a more of a long-term goal.
I mean, spurring does not mean achieving. It means
No,
spurring.
You also prompted Sketch to say that they.
I don't know
really
if you
know
actually like,
who they
say
are.
it or if it's
Yeah,
just
you
like
don't say
they
it.
realize
Oh, you just figure that
the
out.
immolator
Okay.
learns it.
So does that mean Sketch doesn't necessarily figure that out? You just
Yeah.
know that.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's like Sketch has no idea that even happened, other than like
Ah.
feeling a bit red, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an intense look.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
definitely think I was spurred to reconsider my position and place in the world, and why I think that only magical things might be interesting.
Cool. All right.
I think I would argue that mine is show someone the wisdom you possess, and I think that actually happened when Forland and when I was helping Forland talk to the buried.
Yeah, I would definitely concur with that.
Yeah.
Yep. I love the fact that that one is great because you can be like, show that I don't possess wisdom, like.
No.
But yeah, that definitely is a thing. Cool. Did Sketch manage
Yep.
those?
Mine is avoid detection or infiltrate a location, and I epically failed at that. It was only because Bao like pulled me under a bush that I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. True.
Sorry, buddy. All right, cool. Then answer these 3 questions as a group. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
I think overcome is a strong word.
Yeah, I don't think we overcame
Yeah.
any monsters.
I think you overcame someone who wasn't notable, and you didn't overcome the thing that was. So
That was exactly. Yeah.
that's right. Did we loot a memorable treasure?
Yeah. Fetch.
Yes.
But also the idol. The
Well,
idol.
you've
that
got
Forland
to-
found.
No.
True, and the idol.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cool. Excellent. So everyone mark 1 XP for that. And then did we discover something new and fantastic?
I would say
Yeah.
the shapeshifter is
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty
definitely.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. So everyone marks an XP for that one. Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Good job, team. And remember, I don't think we had many fails. Forland gets 1 XP for a fail on that. I think, yeah, it was like Forland failed that stare into the flames, and that was like the main like outright failure. I think
I think
Yeah.
there was
Yeah,
one
'cause
early on.
We
I had one.
Yo, you had one as well. So, because for Jane's benefit, if you fail a roll, get 6 minus. Then you also mark XP for
Yes.
that because you learned from failure. Cool.
Right. Awesome.
But at the same time, like everyone did really well this session, and like we had some like semi-successes and then some successes, and then not many failures. So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you returned to town broken, battered, and in need of care, reduce the town's fortunes by 1. Did we return to town battered? Nope. If you overcame a threat to
No.
Beta or filled the need of its people, increase the town's fortunes by 1.
I don't think we did do that.
Did
I
you?
mean,
did
unless we
fill
were
the
in
need
need
of
of
its
a guard
people
dog.
because the apothecary.
But that's not.
Yeah, that's
as
not-
part of our expedition.
That's not part of the expedition. So yeah.
That's kind of in its own.
Did Vader need a guard dog?
I don't think so.
I don't think specifically. Also, that's specifically owned by Air. So
Yeah.
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. And if you return to bearing great riches, increase the town's fortunes by 1 to a maximum of 3. I mean, it's already at 3, but it's good to go through the
Not
questions
great
anyway.
riches, I don't think.
No, I don't think great riches this time, so that's fine. Cool. Well then, we're all done for the day.
Yay, team!
That was a really
That's really
solid.
fun.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good time. let's.
That's wonderful.
I know we went a little bit over, so I appreciate everyone's patience. Let's do some shout outs. Emily, do you wanna start with the shout outs?
Sure. Hi. I have been Emily. I am a filmmaker and an artist. You can find me on Twitter at BlackBallSays. You can commission me to make art if you would like. I do a bunch of portraits of role-playing game characters. I draw maps sometimes. I do art for games. Yep, so hit me up on Twitter if you're interested in any of that. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Blackwall, where I occasionally post sketches and little behind-the-scenes stuff for film things that I do, and maps from role-playing games that I run. That's about it for me, I think, at the moment.
Awesome.
Those are the things that I do.
Yeah. Sarah.
Hello, I am PH Dancer's Teapot on pretty much everywhere, including Patreon, where I focus on my writing stuff, and I do adult story time, and I illustrate covers and stuff for the books, and you can see how I go about doing my writing things. And I also do a bunch of other arty stuff, a bit more minorly, because I'm just a big generalist. Sorry about that. That was just for drama, making me sound impressed with some thunder and stuff.
Oh.
And yeah, you can follow me most places.
I want to say adult story time is a lot more like comfy and nice than it might sound. It's story time for grown-ups rather than
not like that. No, it's a bring your cup of tea and like be calm and enjoy a story thing.
It's nice.
So like sitting by the fire.
It is nice. It's a really nice.
It's a really
that
lovely
kind of
That
thing.
sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I also sing in a little duo called Feathers, Wood and String. You can look them up and find cool.
Got a cool new video clip and everything. It's great.
Yes, they have a very cool new video clip, and often they write songs that are like, like have interesting and like interpersonal themes, but are also secretly about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, they're all secretly about stuff out of here, basically. No, I've written one love song for Lloyd. I've successfully written a love song.
Yeah, you wrote one song that wasn't about a role
from a PC to another PC.
Yes.
I feel like you're on the verge of your own genre there, right? Like role playing game folk, or like.
It's kind of turning into role playing game metal now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is. It's great. I'm about it.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. Jane, do you have any shout outs?
I'm Jane. You can find me online. Probably Twitter's the best one, and Instagram at Jatosha. I just write mainly for my PhD, and I'm a very bad blogger. But we do intend to blog in the future.
I've got to say, Jane, yours like I've never been, you know how people are like, I can't wait for this film to come out, or I can't wait for the next edition of this book. I've never been like that with a PhD before, where I'm like, I need to read this PhD. I'm like, I'm so excited to read it once it's finished.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's blending psychology and game design, but I'm also taking elements from narratology, which is about effectively how stories are really important to the way that we make meaning, as opposed to just the distribution of facts, rather than so we process stories differently. And just a little, psychology information for you. People, when they're born, people, babies don't actually.
Sarah Fletcher, you speak first. What were you saying, Sarah?
I said, I think I just learned what I should have done my PhD on.
Oh, right, yeah. Jane, sorry, you were saying?
Sorry.
No, so that's okay. So when babies are very little, they're, bombarded with all these things with the world around them, sights, sounds, words, everything. But they don't actually embed memories until a narrative framework exists when they're a toddler. So about 2 to 3 years of age, we actually formulate a narrative framework cognitively in our brains, and we cannot store memories until that's in place. So that goes to show you how important stories are. So yeah,
Cool.
so yeah, come and talk to me on Twitter and Instagram, and thank you for having me.
No, it's a pleasure to have you. Heather.
Hello. I don't really do much that is capitalistic online because I just every time I keep trying to go do something, then life just is like, ha, have fun with that. So I'll just say that, hey, everyone else on here is pretty rad.
Also, we
support.
can find you on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter, and a whole bunch of people have now followed me, and it's very daunting.
Oh no.
And my non-capitalistic shout out is something that I need to do just as much as probably a whole bunch of other people need to do, which is go the heck to bed on a decent time.
Sleep schedules are good.
It's pretty
Sleep
good.
schedules are a good idea.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm not being a very good responsible adult at this point in time, so I need to fix that.
Well, we'll wrap up and then you can go to bed.
First I'll eat dinner.
Yep. I have been Ash. I've been your GM and your host. This is my channel. If you like what we do here, there's a subscribe, follow button and a subscribe button if you want to support the channel. Up in the corner there. We will not have any role-playing games tomorrow because we're taking a little break, and then we're going to come back with a bunch of stuff in the next couple of weeks. We're going to start up a new Blades in the Dark series. We're going to start up a new Scum and Villainy series. It's going to be freaking awesome. But in the meantime, we play a bunch of PC games, a lot of roguelikes, and a lot of management sims and crafting stuff. But you can also find me around the internet at Acegiak, ACEGIAK, on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, and Pillow Fort, and also Patreon if you want to support my game design work, making such popular games as The Republic and Goblin Heart and In Which We Live and Breathe. But other than that, thank you to my 4 lovely adventurers for joining us, and thank you in chat for coming along and providing your valuable commentary and insight and just being here and sharing the space with us. And until next time, thank you, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.